Greetings to all and welcome to the session 3 of Unit 2 Lathe and Operations for the course Machine Tool Technology pertaining to the course code 15ME43T. Myself Muhammad Imran, lecturer in the Department of Technical Education, Government Polytechnic, Karwar. So in the today's session we are discussing the following content. Taper turning methods. So we are discussing today the different methods for performing the taper turning methods in lathe machines. So before that, you have to study what is taper turning. So as we have discussed earlier in the lathe operation, so the taper turning is the process of producing conical surface. The process of producing conical surface on the workpiece by obtaining the different diameters in the on the surface of the workpiece for a particular length. So in case of taper turning, the tool has to be moved in a angular direction with respect to the axis of rotation. For this angular movement, we have to use a different methods to move the angular movement of the tool, because in normal lathe operation, the tool is moves parallel to the axis of rotation of the workpiece along the length of the workpiece. But in order to move the tool at an angular direction to the axis of rotation, we have to use a different methods or different attachment. So let us discuss all these taper turning methods. The first method is we have different method for taper turning is farm tool method, coil stock set over method, compound rest method, taper turning attachment method, combining feed methods. So first method is farm tool method. So in farm tool method, a straight farm tool with a half taper angle is set with a taper cutting edge. So in a farm tool method, we are using a extra tool which is not similar to the single point cutting tool. It is having a half taper. You can see here. This is the farm tool. It is having a already taper, half taper. Half taper means if you want a 30-degree taper on the workpiece, this tool has a 15-degree taper. Half, why? Because half means it is if you machine here, the both sides will get machined. So if you machine 15 degree here, the 15 degree is maintained here. The total 30 degree will be obtained. So the farm tool, which is having a taper angular cut of half taper angle to the half taper angle which is required on the workpiece is cut on this tool. So which is placed instead of in the tool post, which is kept in the tool post, and it is feed against perpendicular to the axis of rotation of the workpiece. It is not moved along the length of the workpiece. The feed is given perpendicular to the axis of rotation. You can see the feed direction and the tool here. You can see. So you have to apply a feed across along the perpendicular direction to the axis of the rotation of the workpiece. So here fed straight into the work. The feed is fed straight into the work. Direct feed on the job is given, so that it creates a definite form of the on the job. So whatever the angular cut is placed on the tool, the same angular cut is obtained on the workpiece, because there is a direct contact between the tool and the workpiece. So it requires excessive cutting pressure, since we are applying the pressure perpendicular to the axis of rotation, which is having a lot of material. So excessive pressure will be applied to the workpiece, so that may distort the workpiece due to vibration. So lot of pressure is applied, since there is a lot of friction will be generated, because we are pressing the tool against the workpiece. So the vibration may occur. So the lot of pressure will occur that may destroy the workpiece or may fail the workpiece. But since it is limited for only shorter length taper, because only we cannot move across the length of the workpiece, we just can move across perpendicular to the axis of rotation. So only for since the pressure generated is very high, it is used for only a small length of the taper, because only only one touch this length only will get the length of the taper, will not get the across the length of the workpiece. Whatever the length is, maximum length is in on the tool, that much length of the taper is only obtained on the workpiece. So it is farm tool method is generally used for short length of taper, since the pressure is developed high that may destroy the workpiece. So it is used only for smaller length of workpiece. Whatever the length of the tool is there, that much only the length will be obtained on the workpiece. So the next method is the tile stock set over method. So in this method, the tile stock is set out of alignment according to the requirement of the size of the turning the taper. So this method shifts the axis of rotation of the workpiece at half angle of taper to the lathe axis and feeding the tool parallel to the lathe axis. See here, this is the normal axis of rotation of the workpiece. So here the tile stock is set out of the axis of rotation of the workpiece. If it is straight, it is a straight here now. So this is a straight line. So now you can see here the tile stock is set over at some angle which is equal to the half taper angle. Suppose what I explained earlier, if the 30-degree taper is required in the workpiece, the tile stock calculation will be there, and it is set to a distance such that the half taper angle is obtained on one side. Because if you machine half taper angle one side, it will automatically produces full taper angle on the workpiece. So you can see here, in a normal, the axis of the headstock or the chuck will matches with the axis of the tile stock. For taper turning, the tile stock center is offsetted for some distance. So now the axis of rotation of the workpiece is changed. It is angular now. Now the tool is feed straight. What will happen now? If you keep the tool straight, it will remove the workpiece in a angular direction. So the tile stock set over for H, the distance H, which is offsetted from the normal axis of rotation, this distance is calculated by H equals to d minus d by divided by 2l into L, which is also equal to L into tan alpha, where d is the maximum diameter of the workpiece. So maximum diameter of the workpiece is before the workpiece is machined, that diameter is capital D. After the taper turning is achieved, the minimum taper diameter is required. That will be a smaller minimum diameter of the workpiece. The maximum diameter of the workpiece, that is, as you know that taper turning has a 2 diameter. So this is the maximum diameter of the workpiece, and this is the minimum diameter of the workpiece. This D1, D2, and this is the length of the taper. That is only here mentioned here. D is the maximum diameter of the taper. Small d is the minimum diameter of the workpiece. Minimum diameter of the taper divided by 2 into length, where L is the length of the taper required. L is the required length on which taper is being turned, and the L equals to full length of the workpiece. Capital L equals to the total length of the workpiece. We don't require taper on full length of the workpiece. We need a taper only on a particular length. So that length is mentioned as small l, whereas the total length of the workpiece is mentioned as capital L. So that will become capital L into tan alpha. So this by this calculation, the H will be obtained. H is the distance by which the tile stock is set aside. So this tile stock is set to a distance h from the axis of rotation. So after that, the rotation will be given. The workpiece will rotate. The tool is now set straight parallel to the axis of this rotation of the lathe axis. Lathe axis is this one, straight one. So this is a new axis which is created by offsetting the tile stock, which is angular. Now the tool is fed parallel to the axis of rotation of the lathe. What will happen? It will remove the tool in a angular cut. Though it is the tool is moved in a straight line, since the workpiece is in a taper direction, it will remove the workpiece. It will remove the metal in an angular direction. So the required angle is obtained by this method. So this is obtained by offsetting the tile stock to a particular distance after calculation of set over. The compound rest method. So in the compound rest method, compound rest is set to a particular angle and locked into this position. Cutting tool is set exactly at the center and brought into the position by carriage movement. The carriage is then locked, and then taper turning of the job is done by turning the handle of the compound rest. The compound rest can be moved up to 45 degree on both sides. The compound rest angle theta equals to tan inverse of d minus d divided by 2l, where d is again the maximum diameter of the taper, small d is the minimum diameter of the taper, 2 divided by into length is the length of the taper required. So in compound rest method, instead of moving the tile stock, tile stock will not be come into the picture here. Here the compound rest, initially it is parallel to the lathe axis. It will, the screw will be loosened, and it is set to an angle. You can see here. Initially it is straight like this. It is parallel to the axis of rotation. Now the compound rest screws will be loosened, and it will set to an angle by measuring the theta here. So here we can we have angular measurement here. So angular will be shown here on the compound rest. If you see the lathe machine, in the compound rest we can see the angles here. So required angle will be set over by loosening the nut of the compound rest. It will be loosened and it will set to an required angle. Then the tool is placed here. Now if the tool instead of moving the carriage, so it will be untouched. Now we have to move the compound rest handle of the compound rest by hand. You can see here one handle is there. So this wheel will be moved for taper turning, getting taper turning. Now the carriage will not be used. In the earlier method, you have to move the carriage to move the tool across the length of the workpiece. But in case of compound rest method, we have to swell the compound rest to a required angle, and the tool is placed inside the tool post. After that, instead of moving the hand wheel of the carriage, we are moving the hand wheel of the compound rest. So the required angle is obtained by this method by moving the compound rest to a required angle. The compound rest can be swelled to a maximum 45 degree on the both the sides. So it can be moved 45 degree maximum here, or 45 degree maximum this side. Both side we can move it to 45 degree. Both side means this side and this side. So we should not be getting confusion which is the both side, having only one side, not like that. It is from the center, it can be moved 45 degree this side, and from the center 45 degree that side it can be moved. So required angle is obtained up to a maximum of 90 degree, 45 degree, so it can be moved, so that we will get the required taper angle. So this is the compound rest method. The next is the taper turning attachment method. So in taper turning attachment, some special attachment is used. So the work is placed as usual between the live center and left center. One guide block is used, and which is having a this bracket. So this guide block has a guide bar which can be swelled to a required angle like this. So now this bracket is fitted to the carriage. This required angle, this guide bar can swing to any required angle. The work is held between centers. The guide bar is turned to the rear end of the bed using a bottom plate. So here this guide block is placed on the left side of the right side of the bed. Here it is having a bracket. So this bracket is attached to the carriage, tool post carriage, tool post of the carriage. It is attached to the tool post of the carriage. This cross slide feed is removed now. It will be untouched. So it is the guide bar can be swelled to the required angle. So required angle can be swelled. It is having a guide ways. So this bracket which is attached to the cross slide will move in a required taper angle. Now this bracket is swelled to a required taper. Now if you move this bracket, what will happen? The tool will move in a angular direction. So let me show how this taper turning attachment method is achieved. by a simple video. We'll see it by a simple video.
This video is about paper turning attachment used in lathe machines. This is preferred in case of long tapers, especially when power feed is to be used.
So this method is used for getting long paper turning. So when the paper is very long, then this method is
This attachment has a guide that is fixed around the bed.
right.
The guide can be moved to the required taper angle, generally using a screw mechanism. A sliding block is mounted over the guide, which is connected to the cross slide through a pivot joint.
This is
Once
attached to the
connected,
cross
it is tightened by a clamp. Also, the cross feed screw must be disconnected or disengaged.
From the top is
So when the carriage moves,
the carriage
the cross slide moves along the guide,
adjusted to a required angle. So the tool is in a taper direction.
which means the tool will also move along the guide. So, by changing the guide's position, we can change the taper angle. So that's cool, but how
So
to
by
change the
changing
tool
this
speed
guide block,
now that the cross slide is
obtain a
disengaged?
different taper turning.
Well, that job is taken up by the compound slide. The compound slide can be used to advance the tool post and change the depth of cut as required. Here's the taper turning attachment that I found. This is the guide and its orientation can be changed using a screw here. There are some markings here indicating the taper angle. Hope we could clarify how the taper turning attachment works. Keep watching this page for more videos like this.
See, you now clearly understood how this taper turning method is achieved for by using
Good
taper
grammar
turning
and spelling are important, but
attachment.
if you want to write essays that inspire, messages that forge brighter connections,
So this taper turning methods is used for long taper turning. If you want a taper turn on a very long workpiece, then this method is achieved. This method is applied. So this finishes this session. So let me brush up what you have studied today. So we studied the taper turning is the process of producing conical surface on the workpiece with a different diameter for a particular length. So different methods of taper turning is palm tool method, tile stock set over method, compound rest method, taper turning attachment method, combining feed methods. So the palm tool is having a angular taper cut which is fed against the axis of rotation of the workpiece. High pressure will be developed, so it is used for only a shorter length of taper turning. Tile stock set over method, the tile stock is set to a particular distance to a required angle. So the axis of rotation of the workpiece is changed and the tool is fed parallel to the axis of rotation of the lathe, not the axis of rotation of the workpiece. It is fed parallel to the axis of rotation of the workpiece. So the tile stock set over H is is calculated by the formula d minus d by 2l into l, which will become capital L into tan alpha, where d is the maximum diameter of the taper required, small d is the minimum diameter of the workpiece, L is the length of the taper, small l is the length of taper, capital L is the total length of the workpiece. Compound rest well method, here compound rest is swelled to a required angle by calculation and the tool is placed on the tool post and it is fed by moving the cross slide turning wheel by hand, not by the carriage hand wheel. After swelling rotating the compound rest to a required angle, the hand wheel of the compound rest will be rotated, not the carriage wheel. Next is taper turning attachment. A special attachment is used which is having a guide gap which is placed on the lathe bed and a bracket which is connected to the spool post of the cross slide. Then that guide block can be swivel to a required angle. It is set to a required angle. Then it is now that this cross slide is moved on this guideway, so that taper turning attach will be performed. Taper turning operation will be performed because the guide, as the guide is swelled, is adjusted to a different angle as the tool moves at a different angle, not parallel to the axis of rotation of the job, but it will move to an angular direction because it is set to an angular direction. Instead of moving on the actual guideways, it moves on the attachment guideways which is set to a particular angle. Thank you for watching the session. Thank you.